This kitchen is nearly 60 years old and we haven't made any major changes to it. The walls on both sides are made of stone, which causes some unevenness. The walls separating the rooms are built with bricks. We used to whitewash the walls every year, but over time, the lime built up so much that it started peeling in some areas. We had to scrape off the thick lime layer from all the walls, which was very time consuming and tedious. After scraping off the lime, we painted the walls with basic white paint, which is why the kitchen now looks bright and new. This fire stove was built many years ago by a skilled mason from our area. It's a 3 burner stove with different sizes. The first is a medium burner, which I use the most. The second is the smallest burner, which gets only indirect heat. I use it for cooking small amounts of food or for low heat cooking. Lastly, there is the largest burner, which I rarely use. We mainly use it for cooking large amounts of food, usually when we have many guests. I used to have a gas stove nearby, but since the wood stove gets very hot, I moved it to a nearby room. I store firewood underneath the stove. This is my great grandmother's wooden spice box, which I love. This is a very old heavy iron kettle that I use to boil water. The long pipe behind it is the chimney that directs smoke outside. Because the stove is so well built, soot doesn't collect on the walls. I have a clay lamp here that I use to light the wood stove. I set curd in this bowl, and because it is warm here, it sets quickly. Being from a farming community, I love plants. I have a few plants in the kitchen that are thriving. I have a money plant hanging near the stove. Even though it looks close to the fire, the heat doesn't reach it even when I use the large burner. I keep all my spatulas here for easy reach. Nearby, I have a very old iron mortar and pestle along with a salt container where I store rock salt. I usually keep my favorite old tiffin box here because I use it a lot to pack food. I store oil in these 2 ceramic dispensers. We mainly use sesame oil and coconut oil, which we make ourselves every year from our farm's coconuts. This wooden wall unit holds all my groceries in small amounts, making it easy to access ingredients quickly. It was very difficult to fix this unit because the wall is uneven, but we finally secured it with large screws. Underneath, I have a clay pot that belonged to my grandmother and a large mortar and pestle. I keep this mortar and pestle here because I use it a lot. It's very heavy and grinds everything well. My other grinding stones are outside. Though I have a mixer and grinder, I love using traditional grinders. I I store onions in a basket underneath the slab. In the middle, there is a wooden table where I do all my cutting and prep work. I keep fruits in this bowl. Near the table, I store rice in a drum. This wooden cutting board was made from a fallen tree on a farm. I have been using this cutting board for the last 5 years. On top of this wooden bureau, I have all my cane baskets. I store extra groceries inside the bureau. There is a small wooden cupboard nearby that I painted bright blue on a whim for a pop of color, and I really love it. I store plates, tumblers, and extra bowls in it. Since we don't have running water in this kitchen, I store water in these brass pots. There is a small room leading to the kitchen where I keep my clay pots, iron, ever silver, and wooden vessels. Once a year, we collect tamarind from our farm's trees and store it in this huge pot for the year's use. I also have a stone jar that belonged to my great grandmother nearby. My maternal grandmother gave me this wooden hanging rack. This is my wash area outside the kitchen where a cat likes to nap. Despite a few inconveniences like the lack of running water, I adore this kitchen.